Today's episode, we're talking about decent.bet. We're revisiting that. There's a lot of haters. I couldn't answer some of the questions on those groups, so I'm responding to them here. We're also going through the Facebook groups and their agendas, looking through a few of the bigger ones that I'm involved with. Basically, I'm a member of. And then also looking a little bit further into decent.bet and Revv Nissan. We don't know what's happened to him. He's gone AWOL. Just looking at some of the comments on that page, because he was a prime figure in the decent.bet and the indecent activities that had played out. So if you like the sound of that, stick around after the 2.5 second intro of Hello Crypto. Hey guys, and welcome back to Hello Crypto. Today's video, I want to do a quick sum up of yesterday's video, and I guess just talk about crypto Facebook groups in general. It's a pretty big thing. I don't really see it covered anywhere else online. The main gist of it is crypto Facebook groups, most of them have a pretty big agenda behind it. And as I could see from Crypto Coin Trader Group, if that loads up here, you could see, like we were talking about yesterday, the majority of these people, there's quite a few in here that have some sort of first hand in D.Bet, decent.bet. And I guess that's possibly one of the reasons why the video was taken down. So before I get into that, thank you to Crypto Coin Trader for leaving it up as long as they did. To Joe, where is he? There you go, Joe Blackburn in the group. He left it up and he was quite well at moderating it. I'll say next time if it ever happens, hopefully it doesn't, I won't do your voice in a female voice. There was a comment about that. That's as I was reading one of his posts in the group. You can see here, Kurt is part of the D.Bet, decent.bet guys. Jedediah is also, I know Nate is as well, you can see from his page. So they've got a pretty big hand in it, and I guess they wanted to take it down. Whatever. I mean, it got in there. I wasn't expecting so much traffic to come to the page from that, but it did. And then also, I was expecting trolls to come if it did pick up in some sort of traction. That's generally the way it goes. People like to see what they want to see, especially if they've got a vested interest into the project. They don't really want to believe what could be happening. So with that aside, I did want to get back to you guys. I can get back to the comments that are on the main channel, that are on my channel here. So I'll quickly run through those. This is the video there. I hope that's working out. There it is. We can get through these pretty quickly, just 30 comments, starting with Todd Blackburn's comment up there. Got a shout out, and he did also suggest that I get my hat signed so I can look like all the other grade A legend snapback wearers. Do you want me to sign that snapback? For sure. There's my travel plans. I think this suits very well for the rest of the snapback wearers. What a loser. Holy cow, what's wrong with your head? I don't know. You're 100% dead set oxygen thief. Great White 7, I think gets the gist of what I was saying there. All of the apologists was the main point of the video. Everyone that had just been sort of raped, like they're in prison, just raped in the ass and said, sorry, that was my fault, I got in the way. That's what you guys are like. Some of the D.Bet investors and non-investors, pretty much the people that were just apologizing for the shit that was said in groups from other people. All right, continue with the comments. We'll finish this off. Just came here to dislike this shit. Thank you very much. Comparing rape victims. I'll get to that point in a minute. Awesome video. Thank you very much. Rent a villa in Goa. I'd like to rent a villa in Goa. Thank you. So you know how rape victims think, do you? What a fuck not. Here's my reply. Not a secret how victims think. There are plenty of studies online as to how the mind works. We've all done it, thought in this particular way for something in our lives at one point or another to a varying degree. Unfortunately for victims of emotional and physical abusive relationships, they continue repeating the pattern until they either escape, change their thought process, or much worse, they're hospitalized or potentially killed in potentially killed in some of those relationships. That is what I'm referring to with the apologists for the D.Bet scandal, we'll call it. So those sort of guys, I'll take this off, that's fucking stupid snapbacks. Yeah, the people that were apologizing for it all, that is my response to them. So everyone else that's talking about, I stopped watching the video after you compared D.Bet investors to rape victims. I'm talking about specifically there, physically abusive relationships, victims of those who continue to repeat the pattern. It's just a mind thing that people do. There's not much more I can say on that. I've said enough, and the video is going for all too long just on that one particular point, and I wanted to get on to a few other points. So let's jump across into the Facebook groups. So leading on from what I was saying there, A lot of the groups out there have some sort of bias going on. They have their own agenda. Looks like Crypto Coin Trader has something to do with Decent.Bet, as you can see here. I did change the video description. The previous one with Joe Blackburn, he doesn't have anything to do with it. That's what he's told me, so I put that amendment in the video. Go and check that out if you so please. And yeah, they got tons and tons of moderators. That's Crypto Coin Trader. They got their thing going on. Moving across to some of the other bigger ones, or some of the ones I'd followed since I sort of started, we have Cryptocurrency Collectors Club. And that one, I think the main guy was James Clayton. We all know that he talks about his project there, Expanse. Not something that I'm interested in. I don't know, other people obviously do their thing. And by all means, like a lot of these guys, they're doing big stuff. There's a lot of pressure on their shoulders when it comes to projects or whatever else they're doing with their lives. I don't claim to be anywhere near as good as whatever they're doing in their fields. That's their thing. They know what they're doing. Shit happens, and so be it. You just got to sort through the shit and figure out how you want to invest, or how you take that and run with it. So this group here is a shit ton of people. There's like fucking 40 moderators, 39 moderators, and admin. Anyway, they've got their own agenda going on there. Crypto Australia. What do we got? Nearly 20,000 members, 11 admin. So far, I haven't seen anything too drastic there. I know they've got a couple of YouTube channels that it looks like people start, they're all like entrepreneurs, and they all essentially entrepreneurs. I don't know why I did that. Entrepreneurs, and they start their own paid trading gigs. Come across to my trading. I'll teach you how to trade, pick these calls, make gains every week, so on and so forth. That's their sales gig, and I guess the group is a pretty good way to get people into their sales programs. And the last one here, Crypto Calls Australia. I guess I've got a few of the Australian ones here because people tend to add you, and then you find them and you add them yourself. Who we got? Sam, Kaz, Jason, Michael Sloggett. He is one of the what am I trying to say? Salespeople. He's like a full-on sales guru. If only I had half of his skill when it comes to sales. He sells nutrition supplements, which, I mean, I'm not into all the whey stuff. People have all looked at my page already. I'm the vegan route. You don't need fucking these disgusting supplements. But Michael knows how to sell the shit, knows how to do his MLMs. He is good stuff at making money. So I know he's got something else set up with, I think, Jason Grigg here, and they do another trading group, I don't know, once a week sort of thing, paid membership. You learn how to trade, learn how to make money out of crypto trading. So yeah, I mean, if you're into that thing and it works, go for gold. They've set up their programs, you pay them, and they teach you how to do some sort of trading. So they're the main crypto groups. As you can see, everyone's got some sort of agenda, whether it's pushing their own ICO, whether it's pushing someone else's ICO. If you build a group big enough, even YouTube pages, mine could be like that eventually, but I doubt it with the way I like to talk about content. You can get kickbacks from ICOs and people getting you to spruik their upcoming projects. The other side of it is like some of these guys here, they've got their own gigs that are going on with trading groups and trading education, basically. So really, that was a bit of a long and short of it. If you're into these groups, just remember there are agendas behind them. I think most people already know that, but when push comes to shove, sometimes we push that aside and just want to see what we want to see, the golden tickets at the end of the road, when really you just need to take it all into consideration and make a fairly good judgment from that, as best as you can anyway. So just before I wrap up, I'm going on to decent.bet, because that's what we were talking about last round. ICO's ended. They have $15 million of your money, and they will be doing something with it. You've got a roadmap up the top here. You've got your white paper, which I'm sure anyone who's invested into it has looked at. Seems like it should be all right at the end of the day, but the people they had put on board obviously were a bit immature with how they responded to certain things going on in the market, some of their offline stories, and whoever else they got involved there just spilt the beans on the way they talk about the groups and whatnot. So yeah, we look down, like we just saw on that first group, Crypto Coin Trader, there is Jedediah Taylor in the top left. You got Revv in the top right, who has gone missing. Kurt Connolly, which you saw there as well. Nate's not on here. I don't know what his deal is with the crew. But Revv is the main one there. He's gone missing. After that video, lots of people were sending me screenshots and stories to do with Revv. Like, I'm sure all these people have good intentions or they're good people at heart, but it was really to do with some of the talk that Revv does, and it just looks like a full-on sales pitch with Revv being involved in Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining since its inception. Like, it's just absolute bullshit. Well, that's my take on it from what the stuff that I've seen and read and heard over and over again. It just doesn't line up with the rest of his story on his Facebook and I guess what you see. I don't hate him. I don't hate on the guy. People have got their own reasons for doing what they do, whether that's, you know, lying to become who they are. It seems like a bit of a rough thing, but I don't know. People do that. Eventually they get found out and they have to rebuild their persona again. So for Revv's sake, I hope he's doing all right, because he has just gone AWOL. He has changed his profile picture to respect is earned, honesty is appreciated, trust is gained, loyalty is returned. That's exactly what I was talking about yesterday. Usually the people who have committed these sins, they are the ones that are trying to prove to others that they don't commit them. So here, respect is earned, honesty is appreciated, trust is gained, loyalty is returned. I think he's tried to earn some respect, hasn't been honest in the process. Trust, maybe that's out the window now for a lot of people when you look at the comments down below, and he's lost the loyalty of a lot of people. So if we go down to most recent post, 2nd of September, he's deleted so much stuff here. All right, here are all the comments. Someone's posted my video here. Comparing an ICO with a rape victim is disgusting. SJW, Darren Whittingham, social justice warrior, like, you didn't get the whole point of the message. Whatevs, I can't help everyone. It's unsettling, but I look at it this way. Hope it all blows over, Revv's all right. If it seems too good to be true, it usually is. So many posts deleted, it's clear. Relax, guys, he probably just needs a break from Facebook. Has nobody noticed a lack of sleep? I think there's so many lies going on in his head that's why he isn't sleeping properly. There's just so much crammed into that one mind that if you don't remember the story, it all falls to pieces. That's my interpretation of it. You can have a go at me for that. That's your call. Everyone is open to their own opinion. So yeah, I'll leave it there. Still have faith in Revv. We'll see what happens to him and the D.Bet at the end of the day. At the end of the day, probably, 15 million. I don't know what happens with the tokens after that, whether they get burned because they didn't raise their full 25 million and everyone ends up with a more valuable token. That's a possibility. But until that comes out, we'll figure it out. And yeah, I'll wrap it up there. It's been another long video. Thank you for joining me. I'll have more videos coming up. That's the last I want to do on responding to people. If they didn't get it by now, if they want to leave more hate comments, that's the YouTube, that's the internet. I put myself out there. I know that. I've been doing this for a long time. It's part of what I do in the day because I enjoy it. And yeah, that's about it. So yeah, if you like that, hit the like. If you didn't, dislike. You're here now, you might as well hit the button. And I will see you at the next video. Remember to subscribe. And until then, take care and peace out.